Well, it's finally happened. Terrible Origami has dropped us.
That was the most depressing start of anything ever.
That's amazing. That's how they should feel. That's how Terrible Origami should feel for abandoning us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the just tons
highly
of
enticing offer we made.
I bet they moved so much paper garbage.
They may have moved it, but they didn't sell any. But very fortunately for us, we have a... I guess whatever the advertising equivalent of is a knight in shining armor.
Let's call it an angel investor.
Oh.
Right? What does that actually mean?
That's the people who give money to, like, startups.
Aren't we still kind of a startup?
In Silicon Valley.
We're kind of a startup, right?
Yeah, we're a startup podcast. This is a digital. Beep boop.
Beep boop boop. Hey, Twitter. Right?
Yeah.
Aren't you a startup for like a decade until you actually make money?
Yeah. And we're not making any money.
Yeah.
So we're a startup.
Yeah. Boom.
This is an angel investor in totesregal.com. The sponsor this week is Melee à Trois. Troy? Trois.
French.
Melee à Trois.
Sure.
See, you might be thinking, is that a perfume?
It's not.
It's not.
It's an improvisational show.
Oh, great. Where does it happen, I wonder?
In Minneapolis.
Oh, great. So our international listeners, too bad.
Unless you want to...
Yeah, you want to fly in.
What dates should they fly in?
October 13th, October 27th, and November 10th.
And as a special bonus offer, anybody that flies out and goes to the show... I will meet them for a hot beverage somewhere in a public place.
Oh.
You could meet them probably...
Or, hell, I'll get a piece of pizza with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And if you're a weirdo, I will make an excuse that my baby needs me and leave early. But if you're cool, I'll finish that pizza with you.
And then walk to...
Well, because you could actually just go to Bryant Lake Bowl.
Do they have pizza there?
They have food.
Yeah, they do have food.
And salad.
Yep.
And you could just have that there, and then you don't have to walk anywhere.
But what is it beyond an improv show? Because I've seen improv shows, and they're boring.
Right?
Because everybody's just equal.
Yap.
Wait 1 second.
We all like each other so great.
Everyone's a team.
Yeah.
Yes, and... Thank you for coming.
Wouldn't it be better if they competed against each other?
Yes.
I like an audience that's super judgy.
Yeah.
So,
that's what this is.
Right off the bat, they're telling the audience, please judge.
This is 3 improv comedy teams perform for your vote in hopes of performing in a future show.
Ooh, so you're like a producer.
Kind
as soon as you buy a ticket, you're a producer of this show.
You're an angel investor of the careers of these improv comedy teams.
Yes. And you will get just as much of a return as most angel investors.
$1 million.
In stock.
Bucks.
Nothing.
Stock bucks?
Stock bucks.
Oh, cool.
And laughter bucks.
Hey.
Because it's a comedy show.
Yeah. It's the best medicine, laughter.
Yes.
And if you think of how much prescription drugs cost in these age,
Okay.
then laughter is as valuable as prescription drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like an angel investor in like a startup big farm.
Yeah, for laughter.
Company.
And you don't even have to go to Canada and smuggle it back in.
You just have to come slightly south of Canada to Minneapolis.
Yes.
Bryant Lake Bowl.
Melee à Trois on October 13th, 27th, and November 10th. See you there.
Facebook.com/ComeLaughJudge. Come laugh judge.
Nice.
Come laugh judge.
Are there periods between those words?
Yes.
Okay.
Exclamation points.
In the saying, not in the URL.
Okay.
So no.
Facebook.com/ComeLaughJudge.
Come laugh judge.
Yeah.
Totes Recall.
Ooh, welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie that we don't remember very well We watched that movie while eating 2 pizzas and 1 or 2 salads, depending on how our finances are.
Or how people feel that day.
Or how people feel that
I
day.
was not feeling salad today.
Yeah.
I'm going full pizza.
Wow.
Full pizza. We'll find out in the second half after we watched that movie and come back and talked about what we thought about it, if Beth continued on her no salad journey, and how many salads there were and what their dressing state was.
Dan's bet.
Dan? Oh, okay.
Sorry. Dan's bet. Beth will either regret her choice of not having any salad or will casually say, yeah, I guess I'll have a little salad once the salad is available.
Oh, not Beth. She is too stubborn.
Oh, I'm
I don't mean
stubborn.
that. Well, oh gosh. I'm Molly.
I'm Dan, as was shown by the name of my bet.
And I'm stubborn.
Right.
I'm Beth.
And our movie this episode, as we like to call it, is Alien 2. As the movie likes to call it, it's Aliens.
And as apocryphal, maybe real legend calls it, James Cameron writing the word alien on a whiteboard, then drawing the S, and then turning that S into a dollar sign.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It might have not been James Cameron. Someone who had, in some way, involved in this movie.
Kesha?
What?
Was it Kesha?
No, I don't think Kesha was born yet.
Because this movie came out in... I think the original Alien came out in 79.
Cool.
I think that's right.
Because I'm always like, oh, shit, that
looks
movie
great.
holds up, and
Yeah.
it's a 70s movie. So,
Crazy.
83. No.
at the pace that sequels go, I'm going to say 82. Molly, go with your gut.
Well, no, because I remember watching this
Go
in
with your gut.
theater.
Go with your gut.
But it was one of those theaters where it was the old Columbia Theater in downtown Atlanta. It had one of those big triangular marquees, and it was the kind of theater where it was just one giant space with a big screen, and they showed 35 millimeter prints, and they showed Aliens, and we went to go watch it, and I was terrified. So that doesn't give any indication of how old I was, but I'd be scared no matter what, and probably will be scared today. But I remember it enough to feel like I'm going to go between 1985 and 1987.
Wow.
Wow.
Been on
It's
a
a
range.
That's, I know it diminishes.
The way of the coward.
Yeah.
Betting a range.
Nice.
Anybody else want to take a stab?
1983.
Oh, all right.
My guess is 86 because
Ooh.
it's the middle of Molly's range. And I have no idea.
Sure.
I also have no idea.
Yeah. I don't remember when I watched this movie. I'm sure it wasn't in theaters because I bet the year I was born as the year it came out. I don't know. I probably watched it off VHS that my dad taped off cable, which I
Sure.
know I say every time, but I watched a lot of movies that way.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a great system.
it's free. We can watch it at home and eat popcorn and apples.
Yeah.
A popular dinner on movie night.
In like one bowl? Like you mix them together?
No, it's just like you have a big bowl of popcorn, and then I think my dad was trying to like offset garbage food
Sure.
with good food, apples.
Is that because of the divorce?
Yeah,
Boy.
All back.
Yeah.
All back.
just he didn't have money to buy us better food. So it went to child support.
Great.
Great. Well, now I'm going to think about that the next half hour until James Cameron's masterpiece sweeps me off my feet.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I also am not sure when I saw this movie because I definitely did not see it in the 80s, at any point in the 80s. Maybe not even in the 90s. I honestly might have seen this for the first time in college. Like, because someone who watched more movies than me, which is almost everybody, was like, oh, you haven't seen Aliens? It's great. You should see Aliens. And then we watched Aliens.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing is what happened. Because that
Ooh.
happened with a lot of movies like this.
I'm going to backpedal slightly and say this also could have been during the period in my life where I didn't have very many friends at home and I was just getting movies from the library all the time.
Yeah.
Because in high school I hung out with all my brother's friends and they all went to college.
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, library, see what you got.
Nice.
So I get movies from there and sometimes tape them because I had 2 VCRs.
Yeah. Did you not have friends because you were ripped from your home because of your parents' divorce?
Yeah, so I didn't know how to socialize because all I knew was conflict and strife. Sorry, Mom. Because I know that was the time when I watched the third and fourth one, which I believe are not good, if I remember right.
Oh, I didn't even know that there were.
Yeah, it's like Resurrection and...
Oh, because Winona Ryder's in one of those.
Alien versus Predator.
Right, that's
way
even later.
after, yeah.
But there's like a third and a fourth
Yeah.
that Sigourney Weaver is still in. But yeah, Winona Ryder hooks in.
Yeah.
And those were not great. So I don't know if I was like, oh, let's watch all four of them.
Sure.
Anyway.
I saw it, I believe, on TV, and I'm not convinced I've actually seen the first half of the movie.
Nice.
This
think
seems
I've only
too scary
seen-
for you.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So I know, I've seen Alien recently, like in full. That was the first time that I saw it, and that was probably when I was in college, and I enjoyed it. I really liked it. Aliens, I know because I feel like I've seen the end of the movie, and is this, does this movie have, not Winona Ryder, now I can't, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Does the alien go inside of her body in this one?
Oh.
Like one of the, and then leap out of her chest?
I mean, that is an
Or is that
iconic
the
scene
first
in the
one?
first one, but it doesn't
Okay.
happen to Sigourney Weaver.
Third
I
one.
feel like that's in the third one?
It comes out of her in the third one at the end. Spoiler alert, because she knows she's implanted and she jumps into a pit of molten metal.
Oh. Like
Wow.
in Terminator?
Yeah, except in this
Two?
case, she's like, yes. Yeah.
T2.
Okay.
Judgment
So,
Day.
okay.
I mean, unless she has like a dream sequence in this one, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I've seen. My mom likes to tell this story of when I was a little kid. She called. My mom is a nurse and she used to work the night shift, so she would be at work from like, I don't know, 5 to midnight or whatever it is. And so my mom called the house to like check in, and she was talking to me on the phone, and I don't know, I was pretty little, and I was like, Mom, I have a secret that I'm not supposed to tell you.
Ooh.
And she was like, oh, what is that? And I was like, Dad and I watched a movie where a monster jumped out of a lady's chest. And I think that's the first time that I saw it. And then I know that I used to play a video game that when you lost it, it would go, game over, man, game over, which is a line in this movie.
Yeah, that's for this one.
Those are my memories.
But it wasn't an Aliens game?
I think it
It
was.
was just referencing Alien?
According to my brother, who I checked in with on this,
Yeah.
it's Aliens. It was Aliens 3 game or something, or I don't even know what it was. I don't remember playing the game at all, but I do remember that specific part,
Sure.
which makes me think that it wasn't an Aliens game.
It
don't
might
know.
be. There were a lot of shitty licensed Aliens games, I feel like, over the years.
I mean, Game Over Man is a line from this movie
Yep.
that I probably also had as a Mac sound pack
Of course you did.
at some point.
Absolutely.
But it's also been like referenced a billion times other places
Yeah.
by
I
now.
think I did download that sound from Napster at one point in time.
Nice.
And put it,
Game Over
Wow.
Man.
yeah,
And you put it where?
on a CD. I burned it on a CD.
Just that track?
Yeah. I had the first time that I burned a CD, I went to my uncle's house because he had a CD burner.
Nice.
And so we went on Napster and like downloaded all the songs that we
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
and burned a CD, and it was an orange CD.
So are those are your two memories? Maybe an alien comes out of a chest and there's a Game Over Man line?
Yeah, well, and Sigourney Weaver like knows what's going on because she in the first one.
No one believes her. No.
No,
Nope,
the
never
first
mind.
one is like she's alone on the ship with the alien at the end.
Eventually, yeah.
Because like the
Yeah.
alien kills everybody else.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then the second one, she's like, "Oh no, there are aliens on this."
Is there
thing.
a little girl that hides in the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's like the...
She's like the cat of this one.
Yeah.
Is it
Yep.
her daughter?
No,
She just
I
kind of
think
like
it's just...
adopts her as her own.
I think
Yeah.
she's just in because, like, oh, these aliens are here. There's only one person who knows anything about them,
Right.
and it's Ridley.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they
Right?
trick her?
Ripley.
Do they trick her?
Ridley's the dragon in the Metroid game.
And also Ridley Scott
Scott.
Yeah.
directed the first one.
Right.
Did they trick her?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like I have a memory that
Probably
they
would.
get her on the ship.
Sigourney
men?
Weaver?
Yes.
Yes, that sounds right.
There's
Because then she's like,
definitely-
you guys don't know what you're doing right
Yeah.
now. Like, this is
Because they're
not
trying to
good.
transport this thing, and of course it gets
Yeah.
out. Maybe.
This one, there's like a whole planet that's been like over, or like a whole like mining operation or some sort of thing, some sort of human thing that has been overrun by the aliens.
Yeah.
in this one.
And there's like a
So they're
queen.
sending the Marines or whatever they're called,
Space Marines.
to like take care of it. And in whatever, for however they get her, I don't remember. Yeah, like she's along for the ride because she like is the expert or whatever. But I don't remember if they just trick her into it or.
No. But I feel like the little girl she finds in the...
Why is there a little girl on like a mining colony?
Maybe it's not a mining colony. Maybe it's like just a colony.
But she's the
Yeah.
kid of somebody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty good bet. She's a kid of someone.
We're gonna bet that
Yeah.
there's a little girl that is a kid of someone.
A kid of someone.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's not like a clone.
That's an Aliens 4.
So, yeah, I bet that they find her.
Yeah.
She's scared.
I bet
And
they
then
do.
it's like, oh, her parents have been eaten by aliens.
And she has an adorable name.
You know what it is?
Nope.
Pikachu.
No, but it's something like
Bulbasaur.
mouse or something.
Mouse?
Mouse?
Like in the Matrix?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, but not like the Matrix. That would be
A different kind of
a different
mouse.
kind of thing.
Mousy.
No, it's not an actual mouse, but it's something like that, like a non-traditional name. Shoot, maybe her name is Gretchen.
Sparrow.
That's a cool guess.
Saturn.
I'm guessing Sparrow.
It's really good. I feel like there's one part where they walk into like a cave.
Here we go again.
Beth's
Yep.
Cave Bets.
Yep.
Welcome back to Beth's Cave Bets. We're betting on caves with Beth.
Caves. Okay, so they walk into a cave and it's filled with what look like dinosaur eggs, but they're alien eggs. They're just big eggs.
Yeah.
Is that true? Like just like
I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many
in
eggs.
canon, their eggs are like, like the size of a, I don't know.
Wow,
the first
big,
one. Like
really
a-
big watermelon.
like
Like
an
yeah,
R2D2?
size of watermelon.
Like a watermelon, like a big watermelon.
Because the thing is that there's a queen alien,
Yeah.
and that's the bad
She gets
guy.
called the B word.
It's true.
It's a great
Rude.
moment in cinema history.
Good segue. Bechdel Wallace test. Does the alien queen count as a female character
Is she
if she's named
named?
the queen?
I think the closest she gets to a name is bitch, because that is what she is called.
But they call her
That's
the
right.
queen.
Do
And
they, though?
Maybe.
Well, but
If
really,
they do, and then if the alien speaks alien speak to Ripley, is that a pass? Or am I grasping at straws?
I think you may not need that though, because probably Ripley and the
Little girl?
are gonna
Yeah.
have some kind of
I thought
conversation, not
isn't
about
she
men.
like mute,
Yeah,
though?
for
Isn't
sure.
she just like a weirdo?
Oh, come on.
Isn't she just like a weirdo
No, I think
space
that's right.
orphan who like doesn't talk?
But
Oh,
maybe
like-
at the end she probably like gains the confidence to
Oh,
like
maybe.
say something.
And then she says, "Does that boy like me?"
yeah.
I think
Were there any Lady Marines? I don't remember.
Ooh, one really angry one with dark hair.
good. I'm
That's
also
my
going to
memory.
bet there's a like a pre Michelle Rodriguez type.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who does not, just unhappy. But I mean, I think people being unhappy is a pretty safe bet. I feel like I've stayed pretty safe tonight.
Bill Paxton says that line.
Correct.
Game
Bill
over.
Paxton's in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
He's the game over man.
I didn't know he was in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I have to remember all over again which one's Bill Paxton.
He was the one.
He's
who
the
was
one
in-
who's not the president in Independence.
He's the one who had a terrible relationship in Twister.
Oh,
2 terrible relationships. in
Oh,
Twister,
yeah, we've done
He's
a-
the one in True Lies that says, I've got a little dick.
Yeah, that's your reference every time we talk about him.
Because it makes me laugh every time I think
It's a
about
great
it.
line. He's
He
great at
delivers it
delivering ridiculous lines.
Yeah, and being like a little weaselly,
Yeah.
afraid dude.
Yeah.
cool.
Or apparently a amazing tornado chasing.
That's
man.
why
Is he
he's
also-
not good in that movie,
Yeah,
because
that's true.
he's strong.
Is that the one where he's married to lots of people? Big Love? Is he the Big
Yes.
Love
Yeah,
guy?
he's Big Love.
Got it.
Oh, I hear that's good. I haven't watched it.
I mean,
You
people
just
like
hate polyamory.
I was an extra in a movie
What?
directed by the people who direct Big
Is
Love.
that the one with Greg Kinnear?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was
Well
weird.
Is that the movie about windshield wipers?
I honestly never saw it. No,
Okay.
it's a violin.
Oh.
They
All
like
right.
there's like a violin. He needs to get the
The
violin.
violin? Is
It's
that
called
the
Thin Ice. I've
sequel
never
to The
seen it.
Pianist?
What's that?
Even though
The
you're
piano?
in it?
I rented it and watched. I'm in the first scene.
Oh, and you're like, I got it.
Okay,
Nice.
Wow, that's cold.
cool. Thin Ice. Get it?
Cold as ice.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Are we ever going to watch that?
What?
Vanilla Ice's movie?
Yeah, I would watch it every day with you.
We
Why
should watch it.
are we just having this conversation?
I don't
Let's
know
watch
why
it
we
now.
never...
Let's do
Let's do
this
that
first
instead
time
of
with aliens.
aliens.
Watch Cool as Ice, and then talk about, I don't know, aliens again. Do we think Robert Loggia is in this movie?
Oh, they're amazing.
I feel
I
like there's
hope
like
so.
got to be like a gruff commander, right?
Well,
I'm betting there's a gruff commander.
Isn't she the commander?
No,
she's
the,
like a
the
independent contractor.
subject matter expert.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's
I can't remember if he's in all of them, but like Lance Henriksen plays the crazy android man.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he's in the second one.
He definitely comes back at some point.
Yeah, and it's like, you suck because you work for the corporation and you are mean or whatever.
You sold us out.
Yeah. There's like
He's saying that as the android?
No, Sigourney Weaver's saying that to him.
Oh.
There's like this undercurrent that keeps getting, like they play it up more and more every sequel where like the Yutani Corporation or whatever is like just horrible and they're the ones that are like constantly exploiting both Ripley and the aliens.
Yeah, they're trying to like harness the aliens as a weapon or
probably.
a research thing or whatever,
Yeah.
and just everybody's dying.
Yeah.
It's corporate America.
Corporate
Space America.
Space America. Yep.
Hashtag 1%.
Hashtag space percent.
Is this movie gonna scare me?
Yes.
I don't know.
I feel like I didn't think it was scary until you guys started talking about it being scary, and now I'm getting worried.
But like the first one is way more like a suspenseful, like narrow hallway, things come out of the shadows one, and this one is like, holy shit, man! There's a wave of aliens. Bah, 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 I'm shooting my space gun.
Yeah. I think for sure, first one's like a thriller, this one's action, but I think there's still some creepy, like at one point, I think she creeps into the space cave and like has to like get the girl out.
Maybe, yeah.
I think she has to rescue the girl from being like a incubator for the chest bursters, but then she has to get the chest burster out.
Dan's bet there will be moments of suspense, but I don't think it'll be like because like the first one is like way more tense.
Yeah.
But I think this one is a little more.
Is there a part where the alien breathes like really close to her
Yes.
face?
Oh,
It's
for
like,
sure.
I feel like that happens every movie, right?
But that's like, she's in the mining super suit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause that's the big fight. She fights it like a mech robot.
Yeah.
And says, "Take that, you bitch."
Or like, let her go or something.
Or the alien breathes on her a bunch with its triple mouth.
Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe like spits that acid spit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
And she punches it and
I mean, you
wins.
got it. Use it.
Yeah.
That's what I
right?
say. But she wins.
She wins in the end. There's
And I feel
probably
like the
another
girl
cliffhanger?
survives.
There's a what?
Another cliffhanger where there's like still a ship or something.
Yeah, what's that? There's another cliffhanger where maybe there's an alien still alive.
And maybe on their like escape shuttle or whatever.
I think this one actually ends like okay, but then the third one immediately undercuts it in the first 2 seconds.
Oh,
So is there like a
Just
big
kidding.
corporate space merger that happens at the end that's really tense?
Maybe.
big space stock.
Well,
room.
because like because the third movie starts specifically like the third movie starts with like the ship she escapes in at the end of this movie getting like completely destroyed. I think because there was an alien on board, but I don't know if it was established in the end of the second one that there is an alien on board. Because I don't know because this was the 80s, so they weren't necessarily going to make another one. They were just like, let's just try this again and see what happens.
I feel like there was, but I think that's because that's most movies.
Right.
I never
because-
remember if the first one even ends with the alien aboard. Like you think it's gonna end,
Right.
Because she gets on the pod, but then the alien's in the pod.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's
of.
the scariest part of that movie.
Yeah, but then
It's
she
so
still
dark, and you're like, oh my
fights
god,
it.
it's right there.
But I don't remember if it gets sucked out the airlock or if it's just like she goes in cryo and is like, well, I hope this turns out well. But I'm also thinking of
I can picture a scene of it like getting sucked out
Yeah, I think
into
so.
space.
Yeah.
And it's like
okay, because I'm also thinking of the game Space Quest or one of the Space Quests, which is the old Sierra Adventure games.
Okay.
Where there's like
I'm listening.
you at the end you like rocket out of a ship and then there's like one of those aliens like crawls out and like is wearing sunglasses and gives like a thumbs up or something. What? Because it's like a homage to that movie.
Oh, okay, sure.
Those games were hard.
So, how do you think this is going to hold up? What do you think you're going to give it? How many sunglasses wearing computer game aliens waving at you through a porthole?
Oh boy. I I honestly barely remember this movie. Like, I remember her in the suit. I remember Bill Paxton going game over, man. I remember at some point there being a lot of aliens, like a big pile of them, and they're freaking out. I think that's even when he says game over is when they realize, like, holy shit, there's a ton of them.
I think the scene I just remembered, sorry to interrupt you, but not sorry. They're using like a motion tracker. This is another scene I remember, and it's got a little red blip.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, they're coming, and they're all ready. And then it's like, they're
drops.
right on top of us. They're in the ducks.
Yeah.
That might be when he says game over, man.
I thought that was the first one.
Because doesn't it just, it's like there's one and then there's like a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Do they all look like, okay, so there's what is the name of that alien? A
Xenomorph.
Morph. Do they all look like the xenomorph in this one? Or are they like those little face crawler things?
Face huggers?
Face hugger?
Well, that's just like that's like the pupil stage of the Xenomorph.
There's the face hugger,
Oh, okay.
which then implants alien in a body.
Yeah.
And then the chest burster comes out.
Yeah.
And that just
Grows.
grows up into the xenomorph.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how you get more. I guess then there's a queen at some point, which is different.
Right. The
It
queen
lays the eggs that have the face huggers.
Do you think when the other aliens go out and find food, they come back and communicate to the queen by like lying on their side and doing like an alien
dance?
dance?
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
with their
Figure
creepy
eights.
whip tail.
Yeah.
Like in Spaceballs?
No, like in bees.
Oh. Is that how bees communicate?
Yeah, by
Yeah,
dancing.
through dance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are you talking about
Really?
the part where the alien
facts.
chest burster does the Michigan J Frog?
Yeah.
Hello,
Spaceballs?
my
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I think they all look the same.
Okay.
Because,
Just curious.
but they
Looks
don't
like
necessarily have. They don't have to look the same because in the third one, at least, they establish that it like kind of takes on some qualities of whatever hosted it. Because in the third one, the alien was
it's like
implanted
a
in a dog.
Gremlins 2
Yeah, in
move.
the third one, it's implanted in a dog, so then it's got like a little more of a like creepy crawly thing where it's more on it stays on all fours more often.
They would do that to a dog?
Terrifying.
Who's they?
Aliens?
The aliens, the like
don't
ruthless
know.
predators, the apex
The
predators
people
of the
in like
galaxy.
movies
They're
where
not
bad things
predators.
happen to
Predators are
dogs.
predators.
I mean, isn't there a cat in the first one that
Yeah.
But the
dies?
cat's okay. No, cat's
okay?
okay.
Is it?
Cat's okay.
Is
In
it?
the first one?
Yeah.
Oh no, that cat gets eaten.
Oh no.
Right?
I
For
think
sure.
so.
That's like how they know that
The aliens
the
are
alien
around.
eats things.
No, she moves heaven and earth to save that damn cat.
Oh,
I don't know. Tweet at us
Yeah.
since we're not going to find out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Tweet at us. Hashtag what would dat alien cat.
Yep.
And say like a thumbs up for alive. Maybe like a thumbs down for dead.
Yep.
You
Is
could
there-
put a cat emoji in there with
Is-
cross eyes.
Yeah, does
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cat with dead eyes? Okay.
Yeah, use the cat dead eyes emoji. And I will.
And the cat with hard eyes if it lives.
Yep.
Because it has love for humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm going to give it 4 sunglass things.
Okay.
I just don't even know. I liked Alien. I thought it was entertaining. So if it's on par with Alien, then 3.5 sunglasses.
Ooh.
Sure. Sunglass things.
Sunglass things.
Yeah.
Sunglass wearing computer animated aliens
From
from
Sierra
Space
Adventure
Quest.
Games.
I think this is going to be good. My memory is like 1 is great, 2 is still really good, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And then it falls off real hard. So I'm going to say 4 as well. I'm feeling a little dangerous
Me too.
at 4,
Yeah.
but I'm going to do it because I like to live boldly.
Awesome.
Feel bold.
I will join you in that 4.
Whoa!
In part because I just remember this is a well-regarded sequel. Also, I think the biggest shock to me is I'm going to find out how early this movie was made, how young I was when I went to go see it. Because I can still remember the feel of that seat with, that like cloth, that very particular kind of cloth that older theaters have. And my hair scrunching up behind me as I kept scrunching down because it was a huge screen. And I was probably, I'm going to guess, it might have been 85, in which case I would be 10. And if it's younger than that, or older, you know what I mean. If the movie, I could have been very young, you guys.
Right, and it's been
Could
terrifying.
have been like an
at the monsters.
epically terrifying. So maybe it's not as scary as I remember. I don't know. I just, you know what? It's a new day. I'm going to be optimistic.
Yeah.
And just throw out that 4 like it's nothing.
Nice.
Oh.
All right.
Love it.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch Aliens or Alien 2, and we'll be right back. And we're back from watching 2 hours and 17 minutes of some of the best cinematic achievement in modern history.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Chase.
Well, it was just really good.
Pre-review.
Yeah, or not. Okay, good night,
No,
everyone.
I mean,
No, but before we get to the movie, we should deal with the first bet, which is, Beth, did you regret
Oh, yeah.
not having salad or, in the end, take salad? As
no,
Dan would bet?
I did not regret not having salad, and I did not take salad.
Stubborn.
I had
So stubborn.
2 pieces of pizza,
Is that all?
and what?
Oh, I always have like 4, and I'm like, I wish there was more.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I feel like if you're not going to have salad, just shovel in that za.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Right.
just feel like my sometimes my stomach can be a little sensitive to cheese. And so if I have more than like 2 pieces of pizza, then
Yeah.
it's like it wants to murder me.
So by not feeling the salad, you set yourself up to feel the cheese even harder.
Well, no, because the salad has cheese in it, which is why I
both
am
the
staying
salads have
away from
cheese?
it.
No.
One of the salads
Well,
does
the
not
one
have
that I
cheese.
like has cheese.
Yeah, a good salad has cheese in it.
Well, I mean, that's because it's essentially cheese with lettuce. That's what the salad is.
It's spinach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spinach is good for you.
Sweet pecans. It's
Yeah.
very good.
It's like, it's very...
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that this movie put Molly in such a good mood that she's totally okay with us having this salad talk right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a rare treat for our listeners and for us.
We're one step closer to our dream of converting this entirely to a pizza and salad.
Yep. Where we just talk about the meal we are going to have and then have had.
Oh, no.
Except it's the same meal every episode.
But anyway, this movie, Aliens.
Can we talk about how many things I got right?
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of things.
Thank
you
you.
sort of, in a cowardly way, got the year right. I mean, your go with the gut bet of 83 was off because
Yeah.
this was an 86 movie, which Beth spot on.
Yeah, because I went...
In the middle of my range.
Yeah, directly into
Yeah.
the center.
Yeah.
Yes.
However you get there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
true.
good gamesmanship.
Exactly.
All right.
Or
So I'm glad
gameswomanship.
Yeah.
I could set Beth up for success.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to count that as a yes.
Sure.
Also,
The sisterhood.
there's a certain kitty cat that we can talk about.
Okay.
Sure.
Jeez.
Okay, I was very wrong. And I realized that maybe I was confusing Aliens with Elf. Because Elf does eat cats.
He wants to eat cats.
Oh,
though.
I thought I've never seen it.
Yeah, I feel like a primetime sitcom. The Americanized would be like, "Why do we keep watching this Muppet eat cats? This is horrible." He wants to eat the family cat, though.
Okay.
But he never does.
He threatens it.
Sure.
Is it because the cat looks delicious or because he's like secretly a monster?
Well, he's an alien,
Alien life form.
and I think maybe they eat things that are like cats. Maybe I don't know. I don't remember. I barely remember Elf, but I remember like he would sometimes
He cracked wise.
he'd crack wise at the cat. Like the
Yeah.
cat would
Oh,
like
it's
be
like,
sitting there all
"Meow,
smug and be
eat you
like,
someday."
yeah. But
Okay.
then he respected his human host enough to not eat the cat.
Did he have a thing with clocks?
Maybe
Was there some clock thing on Elf?
tweet at us.
Felix the
Can we
cat.
just get back to how I was absolutely
Yeah.
correct?
Sure.
Right.
Jonesy, the cat, is seen cryo slept with
Yep.
Ripley.
Yep.
Yep.
Practically the first moment of the movie.
Yeah. And then they make it very clear that the cat will be safe.
Staying
when
behind.
Ripley goes off to alien planet. It's like,
Yeah.
you're staying here.
Yes.
Hashtag AlfCat. Sorry, just wanted to close. I just wanted to conclude.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to conclude that promise we made to the listener.
Okay.
So if you did tweet at us with the appropriate cat emoji, thank you for doing it mid-episode.
Yes.
I appreciate you staying on the ball.
Yeah. And if you tweet at us with hashtag that entire phrase Molly said when she cut off that entire concept, that's also impressive.
Uh-huh.
Because that is definitely like at least one tweet, if not 3.
Yeah. What else did you agree with, Molly? Oh, the little girl's name was not Mouse or
I never
Sparrow.
claimed
but-
it was Mouse.
But it was Newt.
Another animal.
Another small
Yeah,
animal.
so her given name is Rebecca.
Yeah, we were really faked out there. We were
Yeah.
like, oh, Rebecca, that's a weird name.
Oh, they were like, oh, wow, way to go, Molly.
We were very cruel.
And then she just quietly whispered, and you could see it coming. She's like, my name is... And I was like, yes, Newt.
I would also like to add that every time one of your bets was proven successful, you would just look around the room and say, fuck all y'all!
I can confirm that. I can confirm.
You did that 3 times at least. So, I don't know if we need to re-celebrate you now.
No.
I feel like you did quite a lot of self-celebration during the movie.
This is like the Beth Gibbs high five gate all over again.
What can I say?
Beth, you did get a cave with eggs, right?
What?
Yeah, there was a cave of eggs.
There was a cave of
Deep
eggs.
into the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were sweating that at all.
No,
like
because-
2 hours and 5 minutes
Because
into it.
I really think I've only seen... Well, okay. I thought I had only seen the latter part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I have definitely seen that first part where she has like a fever dream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
right.
got that too.
Because I mentioned that earlier. The
Alien
like,
comes out of her chest.
yeah. So who knows? I've just seen random parts of it. I don't. I've probably seen the whole thing actually.
Do you think
I just don't remember it that well.
you watched the whole thing as a child, but you watched it in the same way that you watched it tonight, which was looking away from the screen?
Oh, probably. I feel like I've seen like the TV edit of it.
Sure.
So maybe
Sure.
there's some parts that were.
They probably cut that down for time.
Yeah,
Well,
and
they
a lot
also-
of swears.
Yeah, they'd have to cut a lot of
There are
swears.
a lot of swears.
Ooh, I hope they did ADR though, where it's just the Marines
Oh.
yelling like, "Oh
For
shoot!
sure.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!"
Oh, man. Trouble.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments watching this movie was when you know that there was going to be some trouble.
Yeah.
And right before they had I don't know what they call it, a scare shot where the little monster comes out,
It's like it pops out at you.
pops out at you, and is really terrifying.
Yeah.
I was scared, but I was also laughing because Beth had just said, oh yeah, that monster's deaf coming out. And
Like
I didn't even finish the sentence
Yeah.
when
it
it
was
popped
like
out.
like
deaf, and
before
it
we
was
even got to the T of out, it was like,
Yeah.
those things are creepy.
Yeah, they're like creepy on multiple levels because
Yeah.
they look like 2 hands, like they're skin toned kind of, and then they look like 2 hands like wrapping around your face. But then they also have that thing that wraps around your neck, so it's
Ugh.
like choking you, and then a tube that goes down your throat.
And they're also like big spiders.
It's like all of the things that are horrible,
yeah,
like in one.
Yeah. They're very well designed to be
terrible.
really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
the
it
idea of
looks
getting
like
your
a
face
spider.
covered by a monster is...
Yeah.
ooh, and it's just like, ugh.
And then
Yeah.
it just hangs out there while you're, like, in a coma or whatever.
Well, because how can you stop screaming? Because you'd want to, like,
Because in space, no one can
logically,
hear you scream.
all right, but logically, you'd want to have your mouth shut very tightly. Not that it would really stop it,
Right.
but you can't. Your instinct is to scream and
Right.
to,
And then it just goes
yeah.
gross.
Well, who's having nightmares now?
Yeah, it's more creepy thinking about it than actually watching it. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's true for other people, but now just thinking about it, I'm getting more of a like, oh, that's actually horrible.
Well,
like,
I mean, with this movie, I feel like they kind of relied on you having seen the first one and knowing what they do to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like,
Yeah.
we never actually, like, we saw at one point, we saw Newt's dad with one on his face.
Yeah.
We never saw one actually successfully attach itself. Mm-hmm. And I think that almost made it worse. Because, like, I mean, we can talk about this probably for the rest of the episode because this was, like, the main point of the movie. It was, like, it was just constantly building up that tension of inevitability.
yeah.
And, like, with the face huggers, like, they never actually succeeded. They just were constantly, like, this threat on individual bodies.
Mm-hmm. I have a really hard time watching scary movies because I can, like, you know, you can sense when something terrible is about to happen.
You know how movies
and then
work.
That's when,
Yeah.
that's when I cover my face. And I would say I was covering my face for 40 minutes. Like, I don't know how long it was before something actually.
Yeah, the build-up
Occurred.
to this movie is
Crazy.
super long. I don't know how to check times on my DVD player, so we couldn't check. But it felt like an hour.
It had to have
and-
been at least an hour
hour
before
plus
we
in the
even
movie?
saw a non-dream creature.
Yeah, I have the father with the face
Yeah,
hugger,
I guess.
but that's sort of like that still feels like an opening.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and the face huggers are, like, they're creepy, but they're nowhere near as scary as the big ones, I don't
Right.
think.
Well, but then I feel like the first time we saw one, it was a baby one, and it very clearly looked like a hand puppet. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
chest burster.
Oh, when
Yeah,
they're
chest
like down
burster.
in the goo and like they see the
Yeah.
one that's still alive.
Oh,
the
yeah.
person that's still
Yeah.
alive, yeah.
But then you immediately forget. I mean, it was beautiful, incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort of an interesting moment. I was like, oh, it's a hand puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, probably is.
They do.
1986.
They do kind of run like, I feel like Kermit the Frog runs, where like the legs are kind of like, they don't look like they have any weight to them.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel like the noise. But they're still really scary.
Oh yeah, and I didn't mean to be dismissive. It's
Oh,
just
no.
But I don't know, like they did such a good job of just like building that up where they're just walking through this like dark, abandoned, messed up space terraforming station or whatever it was, and like just like everything's a narrow corridor, everything's poorly lit. Everything looks like it could hide an alien in it.
Yep.
But they did that for like I swear to God, like half an hour before anything actually like happened. Like they had the first freak out where they found Newt, where it was just like, oh my God, something actually moved finally, and then it turned out to be a little girl, which is another great like, oh okay, cool, it's just a little girl.
Yeah.
And
And the sound design in this is
so good.
really good.
It's
Like
amazing.
there's a lot of really quiet parts with just like machine noise happening or whatever. And then the like motion, I don't know, the motion sensor sound,
Yeah.
that like soft thump that increased in frequency was really
Yeah.
great at building it.
and that spaceship sound was so convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
like,
I was go ahead.
it's like it's using the Doppler effect because it's getting like a higher pitch as it gets closer. So like you do have that same feeling that you would feel like if something was actually getting closer to you. So
Yeah.
like you are sensing it yourself through the sound.
It's like
so
the
good.
movie equivalent of that slumber party game where you like put a flashlight in someone's face and go train, 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 train. Like if they're asleep
What?
and then like they wake up.
That's
Like they slowly wake up with just the thought of train, 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 and then there's just a bright light in their face.
Oh, I've
Whoa.
never done that
What?
to people.
That's
And they freak
terrible.
out.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
Don't go to sleep first.
yeah.
Yeah. First rule of a slumber party: don't
Yeah.
go to sleep.
You're gonna get trains
for real.
in your face and penises
Oh.
drawn
Yeah.
on you.
Oh.
Penis train.
Penis train.
Ooh.
That's our next month's
Speaking of
movie.
patriarchy,
Yeah.
man, so much of this movie was so much about Ripley being ignored and overlooked, and it was very frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
Which I think is part of the point.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because they force her into this situation that she doesn't want to go into because she's an expert in some way, like because she's had experience with this alien before, and then don't listen to her at all once they're actually. It's just kind of, it's just weird. Like, why did you bring her with if you weren't going to listen to
I
her?
feel like this is a metaphor for her. I don't know. I felt like it was also there's a bunch of corporate America stuff that came up for me watching this.
Well,
Yeah, it was very corporate. I think like so the like corporate board sends her, but the ground troops like don't give a shit about that, right?
Yeah.
There's like a disconnect between there
Sure.
in addition to patriarchal
Except
stuff.
for Paul Reiser,
Ugh, the
who
worst.
plays the corporate,
Representative?
yeah,
Yeah.
At one point,
goes on the mission with them.
but he's so spot on, and I like the
Oh, yeah.
the dialogue was great. And one of my favorite lines is, "A few deaths were involved,"
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly how you would describe it if you were trying to corporatize a massacre.
And I do like that his future suit is like essentially like a normal gray suit, but with a popped collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To show that it
Jacket.
is the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he dresses like Marty McFly when they get down to the planet
good.
with like a
Plaid.
puffy vest.
Yeah,
and
plaid shirt, puffy vest.
Yeah, it's so good. I don't know if it's just because he's like most known for Mad About You, but he really stands out, or if he's, I don't know, something really stands out. He looks a little out of place. Like I think he does a good job,
Yeah.
but maybe the corporate guy is also out of place.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of deliberate.
Yeah.
Because he is supposed to be like so, like he's. I mean, as you find out, like throughout the movie, as you find out that he's like trying to manipulate the situation, that he can like smuggle back some aliens,
Yeah.
embryos. Like he's very much.
Was that his plan the whole time? Or did that occur to him later?
They said that he was responsible for sending some element of that colony to that site.
Yeah.
And then but then rather than like reporting it directly, he like took that, like he created that mission scenario so that he could keep control of it because he wanted exclusive rights, more corporate like terminology. You want exclusive rights to the aliens, to bring back to the bioweapons department of the corporation.
So he was enacting his plan the entire way?
To some degree. Like I think his plan was, whether he'd figured out how to do it yet, his plan was always to capture some alien embryos and bring them back.
Oh, so he's there because at first you think he's like the lawyer for Ripley,
Right.
but then he does believe her or does want to investigate. So that's when he sends out the order.
Yeah, probably.
I get it. And then when the family is calling back
to
ask whether they can keep what they see,
right,
we get that whole exposition
the
from
space
the foreman.
hot dog cart
Space
man.
Hot Dog Cart Man,
Yes.
who are some of my MVPs.
So good. That guy was amazing.
Two like foremen working on the colony, just like, hey, I don't care.
Yeah.
They go out there, they tell me what to do. I don't ask questions because it takes 2 weeks to get an answer.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then if they do ask questions, the answer's always, and then simultaneously, don't ask. And then they like spill mustard on their jumpsuits. So good.
Yeah.
That guy was amazing.
Those guys
It was
are
great. It was like, it was such a there was nothing, I don't know, like there was nothing like spacey about it. You know what I mean? It was just literally like two schlubs walking down a corridor with clipboards, like speaking shit about their bosses.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
A very human element.
Indeed.
We can all relate.
So Paul Reiser manufactured that whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Because he's the one that gave the order from corporate.
Yep.
And he was inspired to go check out that particular quadrant because of Ripley's testimony.
Yes.
So it's the same undercurrent as the first one,
Yeah.
right? Of corporate wants aliens
And
to
corporate,
Mm-hmm.
like, secret conspiracy malfeasance and such.
Just seemed like words thrown together.
Yep.
Corporate conspiracy
I
malfeasance.
couldn't decide what the right word was. Give me a break. I'm not Paul Reiser.
The Marines are
Wow.
great.
So
Oh my
good.
god, they are magical.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know. I like movies where there's like a group of Marines, usually or whatever, and they're all like distinct. Like they got their role, and it's like this guy. I don't know if it's like a video game plan or what, but it's like this guy's this way and this guy's that way.
Yeah.
And they're all like distinct as they were in this one, except the people that die first, because who cares?
Who
about
cares?
them?
Yeah. So good.
But there's, I don't know if we want to rate our favorite Marines, but the Sarge is amazing.
Yeah. Can we go right to when they first wake up in their
Yeah.
cryogen, like cryo chambers or whatever? Because we get like the thing where it's like they're all waking up. We see a bunch of rough and tough space marines or whatever. The Sarge like just literally sits up and from somewhere, it's unclear, he was out of frame, just grabs a cigar and puts it in his mouth. He hasn't even left the cryo bed yet, which means he brought it in there with him.
He's not. Okay, so if you're in a cryo bed,
Yeah.
you're like sleeping for a long time.
Yeah.
There's not a moment of hesitation, like, or grogginess.
No,
it's just like
Bam.
cigar.
Yeah, because everybody else is like kind of like rubbing their eyes or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
He is like
Boom.
up, cigar in the mouth, barking orders.
Gotta get that Nick
razzing his men.
Sweethearts.
And women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. There's like 3 or 4 women Marines, and there was a pre-Michelle Rodriguez. Like,
There
I don't
was.
know if
Yeah.
I could have been more spot on
Yeah.
with the tough Latino.
Yeah.
I feel like
Marine.
it was pretty specific that there was going to be another woman who was mean and had dark
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
I doubled
Yeah.
Dan on yours.
You won. Fuck all of us.
Vasquez.
I feel like.
Vasquez.
Vasquez.
I
She
mean,
was great.
She was
I don't know that
awesome.
she was mean, right?
She was just, like,
I mean, she was
assertive.
just like
She was tough.
Tough
That's what
as
I should have
nails.
said,
Yeah,
but I
she's
did
like-
say mean.
kind of she like was trying to fit in with the Marines.
Yeah,
she
I mean,
was fitting in with
When
the Marines.
women are strong and tough, they're
Yeah.
mean, right?
Uh-huh.
Guys? So you're saying it's like a negative thing for
Yeah.
a woman
To be strong
Right,
and
thank
tough.
you for
But at the
explaining.
same time, she wasn't so tough that she was repelling
A
certain Marine.
Other guy.
Yeah, there's another
What was
guy
his
who they were like for sure
Don't
in
remember
love
his
with.
I don't remember his name, but they were in love with each other.
Yeah.
but they were also like best friends.
Yeah.
Had they banged?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe.
For sure.
I don't know.
Shortest segment ever.
I'm just saying.
They were like,
maybe they
they were
just,
kind of like bros.
right.
Like, they almost chest bumped at
But
one
this is
point, I feel like.
post bang bros.
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
They were just like
Like you think that
comfortable.
tension had been resolved
Yeah.
missions ago?
They were equals.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she was
I
superior.
think she was a superior. Yeah.
She did survive longer.
Yeah, and she like kind of pushed him around a little, but in
Yeah.
a loving way.
Yeah.
But they were so great. Sad he died.
Yeah, their relationship was so interesting because it was like they were like it was like a bromance, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
They're like always hitting each other. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm at that joke.
Right.
Good one. High five. Fist bump.
But
Chest
like
bump.
when they're alone, they're for sure like, I love you so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect you out there. No, I'll protect you.
Oh my god. Stay close.
Yeah. And then Bill Paxton, obviously
Wow.
amazing.
So good.
Clearly my MVP of this movie.
Oh my god.
Actually, my MVP is his soul patch.
Yeah. Like world's smallest soul
It
patch.
was so
It's like
tiny.
he just like forgot like the tiniest
Yeah.
bit underneath his lip.
And then ends every sentence in man.
yeah. Or shit.
It's just like an emotional roller coaster.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's all over the
He's
map.
great.
Everything's amazing, or we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if you know about this, but we're a bunch of
yeah,
badasses.
they
He has
set
like
him
this
up
whole monologue,
so well.
but like how cool everybody
Yeah,
is.
I don't get why during that monologue, everybody else is like buckled in
Yeah.
like roller coaster harnesses,
Yeah.
and he's like checking them, but also just like jumping around,
Yeah.
like slapping guns and talking about them. Like,
Yeah.
why doesn't he have to be restrained in any way? Maybe because he can't be restrained.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
Yeah.
true.
He's just like the loose cannon.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
So good.
He's always cracking wise.
Yeah.
Always cracking wise.
Stop
Spits-
your grinning and drop your linen.
Yeah, yeah. Classic line for Billy Pax. But then when shit goes sideways, he's the one to complain the most.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
Falls apart.
Classic.
Yeah. It
Classic
just falls
line.
apart.
That happened so early on, too. Things were going to get much worse.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You had no idea. You had no idea how much worse it was going to get.
yeah. Those are the best ones, I think. During when they're razzing each other before the mission, one of them talks about Octurian poontang, and they like really connect over getting some of that.
Yeah.
And that really made me laugh.
Oh, all of the pre-mission chat of just like, look at these tough Marines was so good.
Yeah. I mean, especially because it's a sequel, we all know what those aliens are capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they just set it up in such a way that it's like, oh, you guys are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't feel for them at all. You're like, oh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even during the briefing when Ripley is like trying to convey how dangerous they are, like how it killed everybody.
Yeah.
And Vasquez is like, I only know one thing, where they are.
Oh
and then
yeah.
she like
And
finger
well,
guns
she
here.
said one thing, put up one finger to indicate one thing, and then transformed that finger into a gun.
I mean, it was real cool.
It was pretty cool.
And then her lover like punches her in the shoulder, and you can see a gleam in his
Yeah.
eye where he's like, she's the one. My soulmate is here.
Oh,
I'm living the dream.
So
So much.
oh, now I feel bad about
Yeah.
them both.
Well, he sacrifices for her.
Yeah, that's true.
He gets
He's like one of the first
acid
to go.
face.
He gets acid face and then probably straight up eaten. And she tries to save him, but she's held back.
By I think by Hicks, by the guy we thought was the guy from Hunger Games, or not actually thought he was. the guy
Yeah,
from Hunger
he
Games,
looks like Finnick from
Yes.
Hunger Games.
and someone
Sting-
else.
Sting
Oh yeah,
from
from
Dune.
Dune, like combined
Yeah.
together.
But he played, did he play, oh, gosh, he plays the guy sent to warn John Connor, Kyle Reese,
Yeah.
in Terminator.
Yeah, the first one.
And when I was looking that up, I found out that James Cameron, writer and director of Aliens, the movie that we just saw,
As you found out partway through the movie, even though we mentioned it
Several times in the first half of the podcast. Yeah.
well, now I have information. But apparently he had to wait for Arnold Schwarzenegger to become free to be able to do Terminator. And while he was waiting like
Free
18
from-
months from his obligations on set to finish some other movie. It
Oh,
was like Conan, but not Conan. It was something else.
sure.
Commando.
Commando. Maybe it was Commando.
It might have been. But anyway, while he was waiting for that, he got this job to write Aliens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, James Cameron was
Yes.
waiting.
On Arnie Schwartz.
On Arnie Schwartz for Terminator.
Huh.
James
And-
Cameron did Terminator?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's how he met Linda Hamilton, who he married and divorced.
Great.
Ah.
He's
Or
done
they
that.
divorced each other. I don't know.
Sure.
But anyway, they're not
Wait.
married to each other anymore.
So he was married to Linda Hamilton and Catherine Bigelow?
Yes, but not at the same time.
And divorced from both of them.
Yes.
Yes.
At the same time.
Sure. Sure. Technically.
James Cameron is a workaholic. That's my guess.
Yeah.
He was too
Really
busy
hard to
building his
connect
dream cube.
Yeah.
So he could connect with the blue people.
Yeah.
And plug his tail into
Oh, I never saw that one.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Okay.
them. It's fun.
Sure.
Well, I was thinking about Avatar actually when I was watching Aliens, and I thought Aliens is such an incredible movie. And later he'll make Avatar,
yeah.
which was well received.
I would say I didn't see it in theaters.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that
that
is
was
my
your mistake,
mistake.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I apparently, I mean, it was like an amazing cinematic experience in theaters with 3D and all that. I did not.
If
see
you like
that
3D.
way.
Yeah. I mean, it was an impressive achievement, and I think it was best to experience that achievement in the way it was intended, so you can actually appreciate, like, oh yeah, good job, James Cameron.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just like basically Fern Gully with blue cat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was bad. It was fun, but it's not. It's no aliens.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's also interesting though because like when you watch something like Aliens, though, you can see that James Cameron is like, he still is, but it is like it's I don't know. It's interesting because he's always been considered one of the directors that like really thinks about special effects, like really actually thinks about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just interesting when you look at what he accomplished in this movie without the green screen cube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with that one, while it's impressive, it's just sort of like... It's just weird because you think, like, oh, that was just, like, him and a bunch of programmers. Whereas with, like, this movie, he actually had to sit down and be like, okay, so we need this weird space plane to, like, fold out its missile things, and here's the sound I think it's going to make. Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like there's like drawings from the Terminator movies that like he drew for his special effects movies. Like here's what we need to do.
Cool.
Like he's one of those directors that like actually like I don't know. Like and you can see it in movies like this where like this dude actually thinks about what this shit is supposed to look like. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we were reminiscing about Total Recall, the remake, while watching an elevator scene in Aliens. And part of what we were thinking about is, oh wow, this totally makes sense. I know exactly where they are in the ship and
Yeah.
where they're going.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was beautifully
You
done.
actually understood what the elevator was for
Right.
and where it went.
And it was creating tension because
Yeah.
you were like, oh, the alien is on that elevator.
Yeah.
Which we learned because they cut to a great shot where the Queen Alien Muppet cocked his head slightly when it watched the elevator doors open up.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
It figured it out.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
finding a way,
exactly.
like nature.
They're learning.
Oh, right. Because
Clever
that's right. 'Cause
girl.
they turn off the electricity
Yeah.
and they find other ways to invade.
There was a lot of like, there was a lot of fun, like, oh, they're actually really smart moments in the movie.
I wonder if there's a metaphor in there about a stay-at-home mom versus a
Whoa.
working mom.
Which one is
Okay.
the queen in this?
Well,
I didn't write that down, but I did write. This is the important note that I had to write
Yeah.
down. That this movie is about two mothers protecting their
Yeah.
their babies.
yeah,
Because like at the end there, okay, Ripley finds that girl. We
Newt.
find out early in the movie that she had a daughter, or she has a daughter. But she was cryogenically frozen, not the daughter, but Ripley. And so while she was frozen, her daughter aged and died. I don't know what she died of. I mean, she wasn't that old.
they said they
66.
didn't know.
But-
67.
So she lost her daughter.
No, 66. Doesn't matter.
66. The answer is 66.
Yeah. So she lost her daughter, and so she finds this. When she finds this young girl, she like kind of takes her under her wing,
Yeah.
as like her own. And then at the end, there's there's like a moment where the like mother alien is with all of her babies and children, and she's like Ripley's slowly backing out of this room that's like filled with eggs, and then she just like burns it all down, and that's when the mother loses her shit.
Yeah.
But they're both trying to protect their children.
Yeah.
That's what the entire movie's about. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And then a bunch of men with guns just make a big mess.
I mean, to be fair, the aliens' children... Oh, no, they're both murderers, I guess. I mean, they're both murdering each
Sure.
other. They're kind of both vicious murderers.
Yeah, and as Ripley says to Polly Rise at one point, they never fucked each other over for a percentage.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger monster here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's worse, which is like some Matrix shit too.
Right.
I've been thinking about humans. We're a parasite. Mr. Anderson. It's the smell. I can taste it.
But I want to hear about your working mom versus
well,
yeah.
I was just
stay-at-home
like, because
mom.
there's this very powerful moment where the queen alien detaches herself from her egg sac,
Yeah.
I guess is the best way I
Yeah.
can describe it, and like goes to do battle. And yeah, it just occurred to me that like she was literally a stay-at-home mom, and Ripley is kind of the opposite of that, right? She's a working mom, and there's something in there. I'm not exactly sure what.
Sure.
But it's super depressing because I couldn't totally understand why Ripley torched all the egg stuff. Because, I mean, isn't that whole thing screwed anyway, right?
What thing?
Oh, I think she, like... I mean, she has seen those creatures, like, kill countless people that she cares
Oh, yeah,
about.
but isn't the whole thing going to self-destruct anyway?
She doesn't.
Yeah, she's mad.
Yeah, well,
And
so
it was
that's
kind of like,
interesting.
it was kind of like an FU to the, she's like looking straight into the other mother's like, you tried to fuck with my baby, I'm gonna like kill all your kids.
Yeah, I kind of read it as so she's backing out and looking at the mom, and then we see one of the eggs open.
Yeah.
And I kind of saw it as like, I don't know if the mother has control over that, but she was like, it opens, then it's like, oh, okay, you want to play it that way.
Right.
I'll burn this shit down.
Yeah.
And that's when she sort of attacks. Whether it's like a revenge or like, okay, all these facehuggers are coming out, I better deal with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like they established throughout the movie that, like, Ripley's whole attitude is, like, you do whatever it takes to destroy these creatures. You know what I mean? Like, she was the one immediately who was just like, we're getting into the ship and we're nuking this entire site.
I guess I'm just saying she had limited amounts of ammunition, and
Sure.
she's making eye contact with this thing.
Yeah.
And I guess, I guess she's really angry. And I guess the idea, too, is that now she can sleep at night.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to
Although
say,
that's
not
really
only...
not how PTSD works.
Well, but it's also maybe, before we get into PSD, maybe it's more just like, oh, now I can actually turn around and run to the elevator and not worry about this colony of aliens that's going to come after me. Right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because, like, those little
Strategic.
things could move pretty fast.
Oh, that's true.
And we knew there were at least 2 regular aliens in the Queen's chamber.
Yeah, they were like hype men.
And they also like awkwardly backed out. Like
Yeah.
they came in the room and they're like, "Oh, sorry, mom."
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're busy?
Backs out.
No bee dancing whatsoever.
They did talk about bees.
Yeah, they
They
did.
did.
Yeah, because Hudson.
Billy Pax, of all people, was like,
they're
like,
like
there's a
ants.
queen, man.
That's because like bees. Ah, shut up, hey.
Yeah.
Bees,
Hey, we're buds.
Oh, God, she's so cool. I bet that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, he wishes he could be in love with
Right.
because everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she's
kids.
pretty great.
She's great.
Scotty Weaver is fantastic in this movie.
So good.
Speaking of PTSD, there's this beautiful moment where somebody just bumps into her, and she does the slightest little shudder, and it's absolutely
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
She's
Yeah,
great.
I really liked it in that. I was like, oh shit, she's doing it.
Yeah.
And she also has a lot of good, just like, subtle face movements. She crushes it.
Yeah.
Nominated for an Academy Award, didn't win. I don't know what did.
Doesn't matter.
Tweet at us.
Ooh.
Hashtag who stole that Oscar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I just love, like, this, I don't know, like, this movie kind of is what established, like, I think this movie established, like, how great of a character Ripley is. Like, for the last half of that movie, I was just like, this is, like, one of the best characters in genre movies.
Yep.
Like, she's so effective. She is so, like, I don't know, like, it's just weird. It's so rare, especially for a female character, to see someone who is just, like, I don't know, where it's like, it's not like, oh, she's so badass, she's never afraid. But it's also, I don't know, like she's just this very like fully fleshed out human being where like she's clearly like very intelligent and a very effective like problem solver, but she like still acts and like has emotional responses to things.
Yeah.
Well, and she's never going after action for action's sake,
Yeah.
right? She's
Oh,
Bill
it's so
Pullman's
good.
total opposite. No, Paxton. Damn it. Anyway, she's the opposite of whatever that is.
Yeah.
And so reluctant and considers a boring job of loading freight over going back and dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think she's BA sort of, not to spite her like fear, but like in addition to it, they're like both in the mix.
Yeah.
You don't get just like one. She's not like an afraid character or a badass. She's both.
Yeah.
And that's
She's good in a pinch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just the whole time I was just like she is great. Like every time she accomplished anything or told these like super badasses what to do. I don't know.
Yeah, and also you got such a great opportunity to feel that tension amp up through, I'd say, like the first hour of the movie or so, where she gets nowhere and is constantly not believed, which I think is something that resonates with women a lot in particular. And so when she finally does bust through and literally take the wheel, it is so cathartic and amazing. And then the movie never slows down after that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does the pacing is really good in this. In addition to the slow build, like once the action starts, it's like jammed with stuff. But there's still, I don't know, there were still little things being peppered throughout. Like the asides from characters were still important to build on it. And you get like a good ebb and flow of the action and setting up and little things like even watching, they set up these sentry guns and they just have shots of the sentry guns firing and then the displays ticking down the bullets left. And there's like no aliens in that shot.
So cool.
Yeah.
And it's such an effective, like they're near, but you can't see them.
Yeah.
And I know it gets thrown out a lot, like the first Alien movie, the aliens in there like 10 minutes or something, minuscule. And that's one of the reasons it's so effective. And similar in this one, like there's more aliens, obviously, because there's an S on the end of the movie.
Yes.
But they still are pretty minimal in showing them.
Yeah.
And so the tension is from the things you can't see rather than what you can.
Yeah, like all of those shots. I asked this when we were watching it. Like all of the shots where they had the cameras on their helmets, or I don't know how they were doing that on their glass. No, it must have been helmets.
Yeah, they were just like hanging off the side.
Like that's all. They did a bunch of like kind of first person shots, which I can't think of many movies before that had done that. I don't know. Maybe there are like a billion of them, and I just am not thinking of any. But
They
like,
probably weren't as good of movies,
yeah,
though.
like even just that, like, your camera's going out and it's like kind of like going in and out. That's like like it just creates like this tension of like, oh, they can't see properly, and it's like really, it's really good.
And like there's that great moment when the Marines first go into like the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but like human goo play, like wherever they're like holding all the humans to like shove aliens inside
the
them.
Nursery,
I guess, where like a lot of the tension isn't even from the aliens themselves. It's the fact that like the lieutenant, who's like super green, is like desperately trying to communicate with them, and how it's just like all hell breaks loose, and like no one is actually like effectively, the chain of command is gone. Like they can't communicate with each other because the radio's not going through. And like you said, like you barely even see the aliens. Like there's a bunch of shots of like their crazy whip tails coming around as they like uncamouflage themselves from the walls, which was super badass.
Yeah, that was really cool. I had the thought. Sorry, Molly. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say it's also amazing foreshadowing that the plan they come up with is very similar to the one they see the previous people had tried and failed at.
Yeah, they welded the doors. They hold up in one sector.
Did all the things. Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking when we were talking about the, maybe this is an early movie to use videos to build tension. I also wonder if this was the first gruff cigar smoking Sarge, which I feel like it's kind of a trope, right?
Yeah.
To have like a guy chewing on the military guy chewing on the cigar all the time. I guess it's Patton. That's kind of Patton did that, right?
Yeah.
But but with Patton though, like mostly what he did is just like stand around or stand on something with a cigar, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'd have to watch Patton again. I don't think there's a scene in that movie where George C. Scott just, like, wakes up in his house and immediately grabs a cigar.
I don't remember that
and then
happening.
goes out and, like, yells at the young boys to stop Hitler.
Yeah.
He gives that speech in front of American flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
But this sergeant was like chewing on that cigar, like
It was
aggressively.
gross. Like, it was actually kind
I was
of
like, that is not a chew toy. It is a cigar. There's, like, stuff in it.
Speaking of the military, we learned a good segue.
Wow.
Nailed it. My wife informed us during this movie, because she is a brilliant woman who I owe a lot to in my life. Thank you for your support. That this movie was being filmed at the same time as Full Metal Jacket, and like on adjacent lots, and they used to party together.
Which is hilarious.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
There is a soundbite in here that is referenced in StarCraft later.
What?
Yeah, the pilot says, "In the pipe, 5x5."
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think 5x5 is like everything's good. And in the pipe is probably like I'm on the way to the place.
Okay.
I don't know. Tweet at us. Hashtag what dad army phrase.
Yeah, and just tweet all the Army phrases that you know.
Yeah.
What
And
that pipe?
10-4.
Yeah. But the little the transport ship in
Yeah.
StarCraft has that same soundbite when you click on it.
Nice.
You know what I thought was
Good job,
also really interesting watching this movie is when I think about movies from the 30s and 40s, for example, there's this very particular cadence, and that, you know, there's also a whole accent and everything, but there's a very specific cadence that goes with those films and those eras. And I'd never thought about there being an 80s cadence, but there absolutely is.
For sure.
And it comes through in so many ways here. Like, urgency always sounds exactly the same, which I can't do for you now. We've got to go to the ship.
Yeah.
Like, there's something breathy in it. I don't know.
No, I actually had a similar thought watching it. It was like, oh, this is, I don't know how to really describe it, but I had the same feeling. It was just like, this is a very well done movie. It holds up great, but it was definitely made in the 80s. And I don't know what it is, but there's definitely some quality of the performances and like just I don't know, the dynamic between the actors where like it just feels very much like how 80s movies were directed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will try to find a clip
Right?
and post it as part of the newsletter
Yeah.
to try to better prove my
Because I am
point.
with you, but
yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I might have to rewatch the whole movie.
Well,
That's
Worth
okay.
it.
What a delight.
I mean, you probably only watched like half the movie, really, right?
Yeah,
Because the rest of the time I was...
all were on your phone a lot. You're either on your phone telling us to go fuck ourselves when you got a bet right, or when you got scared, you would just start clapping. And it was that three
Oh,
times.
that was awesome. Yeah.
What?
Anytime you forgot to look away from the screen and got legitimately startled, you like almost wanted to like give the movie credit. You were just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shared it.
You would
You were
scream and then applaud.
and then clap.
And clap.
Yeah, you were like a kid getting surprised, like a little kid just being like like a fun surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Even though the surprise was always like, there's a murderous creature jumping out.
It was really good.
So good.
Yeah. I forget what the first one, but I think you literally said, "Oh no," threw your hands up, and then started clapping. It was really good. Really good.
I'm sorry, guys. I was looking at my phone because I was nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tense. It was a
was
tense
tense.
film.
Really
Fantastic
tense.
movie. I liked in this movie, and in all movies where they do this, where they throw out a term that now we're accustomed to, but like back then, I guess people weren't.
Yeah.
When they first say they're terraforming the planet,
Yeah.
there's like a 2 or 3 sentence long thing of like explaining what terraforming
Yeah,
is.
that
Where
was
it's
great.
like now it's like we get that term, we know it, but it was like, well, it's 86 audiences, we don't know terraforming.
Yeah.
They're terraforming, making it better, standard shake and
Wait,
bake,
you're terrifying?
Yeah.
bringing the rain.
And there's
Wait,
like
what's
definitely
shake and
a
bake?
hierarchy of that too, where like just in case, like they probably explained it in the first movie a little, like maybe like for 10 seconds, remember, like just in case you didn't see the first one and are like not quite sure what Lance Henriksen the android is. He also says like, I prefer artificial life forms or whatever. And, like,
Yeah.
Oh, there's also that scene that I feel like is pretty iconic with the android doing like the knife between the fingers
yeah,
thing.
and
where
then
he,
the
like,
guy
goes
was
really fast.
forcing Billy Pax's
And
hand
he's
on
just
top
like,
of it.
yeah,
yeah.
he's just screaming.
Yeah, I forgot that existed. I feel like I've tried that before, not with a knife, because that would be so dumb, but with a pen, don't do that.
Yeah.
You're going to chop all your fingers
I
off.
for sure did that in junior high school. That was like a
with
thing.
a real knife.
Oh, with like a pen or a pencil. That was like a thing we did, and some kids were good at it, but I was hitting my finger, and I was like, why am I doing this?
Spots
Yeah.
all over your fingers.
There was a completely unnecessary bonus game in a LucasArts adventure game where you could do that.
Nice.
Yep. That's all.
Nice.
Just tying it back.
Lance Hendrickson?
Hendrickson. One of those.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Yep.
Was pretty great in this, I thought.
Yeah, he was.
And I was again reminded how cool I think the choices for the android autopsy or android anatomy are.
Yeah.
Just like the white
So cool.
fluid and like the cable. It's almost that like corrugated cable covers.
It looks like intestines.
It looks like intestines, but obviously it's synthetic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was very cool. The design of that was very cool. I love the idea. Like, that was a very fun way of, like, establishing their relationship with the android. Like, I love the idea that apparently when they're not, like, when they're still in, like, casual mode, that's, like, something they do for fun. It's like, Bishop, do something cool with your android powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's clearly, like, something he's done before. I think they even said, like, do the thing. Like, they were, like, very vague about it.
Coy about it and then jumps right into it.
Like, I like the idea of him entertaining them with, like, robot feats.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he lifts, like, really heavy stuff or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stay awake for 40 hours.
Or that's the feat.
Yeah.
Like, they film it. Like, no way!
I wondered if there would be a cliffhanger with the alien alive.
Yeah.
No, it just ends.
Nope.
Everything's fine.
Everyone goes to bed. Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Ripley changes into her tight tank and panties.
Yep. Because they couldn't just... Okay, whatever. That's how it is.
Maybe that's how she sleeps.
Apparently.
Sure, but it's a character that they wrote.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's what in the first one, like
She's like that.
She's so great in it that like for a good portion of it, she's only wearing like white underwear and a white tank top with no bra.
Yeah.
And like I was like, oh, cool, they're not doing that in this one. They're like not sexualizing her, and then totally did it a couple times, but not as badly.
I think they do
as
it
the first one.
less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even as much as Sandra Bullock in Gravity, I'd say.
Is that true? I barely remember that movie except for the part where the stuff smashed into other stuff.
That's the whole
best
movie.
part.
That's the
But
entire
what's
movie.
interesting about that, now that I think about it, is in the first one, she's like a single lady defending herself, and in the second one, she is a mother.
Ooh.
So then
There's
no longer...
gotta be so many, like, masters, what do you call
I know.
them?
This is like the most I've like dissected
Species?
any of the
Species.
movies that we...
For
Yeah,
aliens?
for alien and feminism.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, for a lot of things, I bet. I bet there's been a lot of essays on various subjects that use alien as a subject, like a source.
Well, I guess I'm thinking, why am I struggling to make these thoughts? Someone else has already done it and written it down.
So we should just stop the podcast?
Yeah, there's probably also other movie
Stop
podcasts,
thinking.
so don't listen to this because our ideas are garbage.
Yeah.
Tweet
Somebody's already
us.
had thoughts already.
Tweet us, hashtag, heard that thought.
Yeah, and then send us a recommendation for something better to do with your time than listen to four idiots gab away in a centipede-infested basement. We don't have our sponsor anymore.
No, we have a new sponsor.
We have a new sponsor. We're back on board.
Thank God. You're like Paul Reiser. Once there's money on the table, you're back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want your percentage.
Percentage.
yeah.
Oh, he's the worst. He releases
So
those face
he's the
huggers
worst.
Yeah.
into the...
For a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I had forgotten that part. Like, I remember that he was like corporate jerk, but I'd forgotten that he was like, oh, I'll just have the aliens impregnate this child and that lady that I forced to come along so that I can smuggle them back to
And sell them to
the corporation.
the corporation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he'd have exclusive rights.
Well, yeah. No, I think he just wants to get a raise and a promotion, which is even sadder.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's locked in that cycle.
You'd buy a dumber
Yeah.
jacket.
With higher collars.
Yeah. I'll have the biggest collar in the room. So before we get to the part where we talk about how we felt with it in a number summary,
Yeah.
we like to read a 5-star review, or I guess maximum review on some other site like Stitcher. I don't know if it's still 5 stars.
Oh, who knows?
Or like podcastcool.net.
Right.
Which maybe exists. Anyway.
It should be noted that when you said cool, you gave a thumbs up.
Yeah,
that's implied.
Anyway,
Okay.
5-star review on iTunes or equivalent review on some other site of our podcast. We will read it in the impression of a character from that movie, or Dan doing Nick Cage, or someone else doing a suggested impression. For example, a 20s gangster was requested of me. On Twitter, you can do that.
Sure.
Anyway, we have a review.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, whoever.
Is there any impressions to do in this?
I mean, somebody's got to do Billy P, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can try that.
Yes.
Okay. Totes Love Actually by Nathan K.R. Okay. I've known about Totes Recall for years, man, but only started listening to it a few months ago, and I'm so grateful I did, man. It's bar none one of my favorite podcasts, man. The team has unbelievable fucking chemistry and comedic timing, man. I hate that there's only one episode a month, but I also get giddy with anticipation, waiting for what the next movie will be. Shit! Whether you've seen the movies or not, it doesn't matter. The group's commentary and insight is likely far more entertaining, man. Man, do yourself a favor and subscribe to the podcast immediately, and the newsletter. And go to Terrible Origami, home of the $1 Million Frog.
Whoa. Cut that sponsorship.
I mean, go see
Melee à Trois.
Melee à Trois.
Melee Goal. Sometime.
At Brian Lake Bowl. Facebook.com.
Come last judge.
Okay. Maybe order some pizza while you're at it.
Oh,
Great.
man.
yay.
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah.
That was great.
Was any of that profanity in the review?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was
Spiced it
the
up.
artist's
I
interpretation.
love it. A little spiciness. Yeah.
You can also write us an email if you'd like.
Oh!
hello@totesregal.com. And we got our first fan mail, you guys,
Wow.
which I'll read in the impression of myself.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Beth, Polly, Dan's. Right, thanks.
Fair enough.
We
Yeah.
don't get. I guess that's what
I
we get
mean,
for doubling
yeah.
down all those times. Hey, just a quick note to let you all know how much I enjoy your show. I love the unique movie review concept, and the chemistry that the four of you have make this podcast very entertaining. Top-notch production also.
Yay, Beth.
Thank you.
I've been listening a little over a year thanks to the recommendation of the Go Fork Yourself team.
Oh.
Thank
you.
Hey.
Love the Total Recall 2012 show. You guys should consider doing a Never Seen Remake prediction podcast every year for your anniversary. Unless, of course, they remake Total Recall again. We can only
Let's
hope.
hope that they do.
Or perhaps an annual Freaky Friday themed pod to capture all the creepy versions of parent-child body switching movies. I'm sure your fan base has been clamoring for a Like Father, Like Son show with the great Dudley Moore and the not-so-great Kirk Cameron, right? Keep up the good work, Totes Recall team. I look forward to the 15th of every month now, even the Ides of March, because your podcast drops. Take care, Kevin F. from Florida.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I can't handle that Freaky Friday idea,
Yeah.
but that's amazing.
Great Dan impression, Dan.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
really
very
good.
much. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's that. You can write us a email at that address, which is also the address the newsletter comes from, so you can simply reply to the newsletter, and that works. Sign up for the newsletter, totesregal.com, scroll down, blah, 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 figure it out. And that's that. So on to our ratings. We gave them sunglass-wearing computer alien parody things.
Yeah.
Dan, you gave it 4.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Sorry. My note looks like an arrow.
I don't think I knew why either. I think I was just like, I figured this movie's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Dan, can I just say that every time it's as though you haven't thought of it until the very moment that other Dan brings it up.
I haven't.
It's like we've been talking about nothing but this movie for the last hour, and you watched the movie just now.
Yes, but Molly, I don't quantify things very often. I'm about qualification, which we do for an hour, and then we have to quantify it into some bullshit rating system. I don't know.
All right, should we cut this out?
No, I love it. 5 whatevers.
All right.
It was really good. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little more of a just kind of like crazy 80s action movie, but it was actually like a little bit of 80s action movie DNA around like a very well done, tense sci-fi thriller.
Yeah.
Thank you. 5 sunglass creatures.
Thank you.
Thank you and good night. Beth, you gave it 3.5 thinking, well, Alien was good.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to also say 5.
Whoa.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was very suspenseful. And
You were so scared you couldn't even...
You're still scared right now.
Yeah. I thought it was well acted in general. I liked how the aliens looked. As in that they were cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I would watch it again right now.
I gave it 4. I was a little nervous, but we decided to be bold. And yeah, I'll go 5 as well. It was great. As you said, the acting was good. I agree with that. And then I thought, usually there's someone in it that I'm annoyed by in any movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that person kind of sucks, but everybody else is doing it. And I can't think of any part I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It was
like,
long, but I think it's just because it was late and I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I can't handle long movies at all. But yeah, it was great. There's like, I can't complain about anything.
Yeah, like even the absurd actors or like the absurd characters in the movie were like the actors who played them committed so hard that it was like you can't fault them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't like So
Yeah.
sorry to add on to that.
No, it was great. I loved it. Molly, you gave it a 4, thinking it was a well-regarded sequel, and you were excited to learn how young you really were when you watched it.
I was probably 10 or 11, something like that. So it's not so bad. I was very concerned I was younger. And I would say we are 5 for 5, because there are only 4 of us, but I want to use that phrase.
In the pipe.
In the pipe.
In the pipe.
Definitely 5.
Great.
And very few movies make it to a 5 for me. I hold that one out.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, super thrilled. I would watch it again, but not tonight because I'm tired.
I would like to say that if I saw this movie when I was 10 or 11, I would have probably lost my shit that night. Because I was already kind of weirded out by anything, and then the dark just made it worse.
Yeah.
And then in this movie, like, they are basically made of dark.
Yeah.
Like the full-grown aliens.
Yeah.
So, terrifying.
Oh, well, that's why it helps to not actually watch the movie.
Right.
And to have other coping mechanisms. I don't know what my look at the phone version was when I was 11, but I'm sure I had one.
Sure.
Tamagotchi pet. It's
No.
maybe too early.
That was,
Ooh, maybe like a friendship bracelet that you could pick at.
or just like snap.
What?
A
Oh.
snap bracelet?
Snap. No, I.
Oh, like snap your fingers?
No.
Yeah, just
And do a little soft shoe.
having a
Up
good
and down the
time
aisle.
watching the movie.
Aliens around me, don't even care.
Oh, it's that 30s cadence you're talking about. This would be a very different movie in the 30s.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's an alien.
Yeah. They're coming. 10 meters.
The game
9
is over.
meters,
The
8
game is
meters.
over. Fella.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.